Welcome to Southeastern Ohio Solar Haven once again. I think today we might get down to a little nitty gritty on power and how we can save energy with solar. As you can see there, I got my Midnight controller going. It's got 1205 watts coming in with both controllers. Right now we're in absorb mode, but my consumption's 730, 720. It bounces up and down. Of course, Victron battery voltage meter says I'm at a state of charge of 100%, but that's because we're in absorb mode. I've tried resetting it. But look at my household power usage right now during the day because of the grid tie inverters. Now, people are saying, how's that happening with grid tie inverter? Well, I do have a digital meter, but I use grid tie inverters that are, well, they have a limiter built into them. And they are 240 volt versions, and they provide what power needs up to a certain amount of power, and then they back down. So, say for instance, if I was using 1,000 watts of power, they're probably producing 950 watts or 975 watts, however it looks. That way it doesn't backfeed to the grid, and it works perfectly fine. As you can see, the graph, I can go up there. There's no return back to the power company whatsoever. This thing kills my bill. Very, very little power usage during the day. At nighttime, it varies. You can see the graph spiking, but that's the furnace and stuff kicking in and stuff like that at nighttime where you see the spikes. I've got actually 2 gas heaters, one for the garage and one for the whole house, and they use a little power and stuff like that. But that power usage right there, you see, that's being used by the refrigerators and my computers and stuff like that. So right now, apparently, the refrigerators have kicked on because get my mouse here moving, that would spike up if so. So this, I've seen this 14 to 1800 watts. That's not too bad. But yeah, and then behind here I got the other graph. This is the total energy I have produced so far this year. This is what they say I saved if you put the numbers in, but I don't think the numbers are correct. Right now I've only got 1 grid tie inverter running. I have 2. Usually during the summertime I'll run both of them because, it's you got air conditioning and that just sucks power. I'm not even sure if that will even come up. Okay, I gotta find it now. Just give me a second here. That's, this is daily, and then you have the cloudy days, whatever. Here we go. See right here? Look right here on the 8th month, August, way up there. And I could save that amount of energy. Of course, we're coming into the winter time, and this is where I bump down to a single inverter because I don't need as much power in the winter time. As you can see how it increases yearly during the summer because you make more power. These will make a lot more power only because they're low, only because when they switched the meter I really couldn't do a full output. I think 2018, see there's 400 kilowatts. Then right here I think that's when they switched my meter. So I had to back off a little bit. And that month, I totally just went off grid. And because there really wasn't much going on in power production, it was really cloudy and everything. But as you can see how it ramps up during the summertime and then it'll come back down. But between both, it's 306 kilowatt hours, but doing the off-grid at the same time, I can probably poke around 8 to 900 kilowatt hours a month, which just practically kills my power bill. And to be honest, my power bill when I first moved here, because from the old place I did live at, the power bills weren't that high, but I still had the solar and kind of zeroed out almost there. But when we moved to this place, electric bills were $300-400. It's a whole house. What did I expect? With central air conditioning, I didn't expect to get extremely lucky on low power bills. And our first power bill here was almost like $400, and now I went from, I'm going to say, from a $350 to $400 electric bill down to a $100 electric bill. So I look at it as a win, because I'm saving over $250-300 per month on my power bill just by doing off-grid and limited grid tie, or grid tie with a limiter. If you ever see any of the blue grid tie inverters out there, the Sun G type, I think they call them Sun G 2000s. I got 2 of them that just absolutely work nonstop. They've never failed me yet, so I don't complain about them. But they have grid, they have limiters for the power. That way you can limit how much power goes out, and that way you don't feed back to the grid and get the power company all mad at you. But going over the amount of power you can save, amount of money you can save, it's just absolutely mind-boggling with just starting this as a hobby for me at the beginning, turn into something that actually pays back over time. I mean, you don't get your money back immediately, but over time you can save money. If you're on a budget and paying $300 a month, say on a budget, well, now you could say I can pay $100 a month on a budget for an electric bill and save that extra $200. And over a year's time, you can save $2,400. Well, $2,400 will get you a midnight charge controller, maybe 3 or 4 decent 320 watt panels, and buy some batteries. And start with a small power bill. You can buy used. There's plenty of used equipment out there that people can buy and use, because it's still good. People's just updated. You might not be able to do 48 volt system for solar off grid right off the rip. You might have to do a 12 or a 24. That's fine. There is people out there that have the funds just to jump right into it, and then there's other people that live on a budget. And this system build of mine has been a time duration for me. It's taken 10 years to get where I'm at. So don't let that fool you. I did not buy all this equipment at one time. It has taken me 10 years, and I'm still building on it, because I find it to be fun, and it saves money, and it's a great hobby to get into, and it lets you learn a lot of things. It was a hobby for me. Now I'm just dead serious about it. I want to get the lithium, but I'm going to have to save up or raise funds for it somehow. So one of these days I am going to switch to lithium, and I'm shooting for at least 1,000 amp hours of lithium at whatever voltage I can get a hold of. So this is how you just, I monitor all my equipment on my computer system at home here, and I keep an eye on it. I can see what's going on. I can see what's going on with my grid ties just by looking at the electric company app. It tells me how much power I use. They send me a little box to hook up to the electric meter. It's weird, but it works. But anyway, I wanted to give you all guys an idea of how things work on solar, for me anyways. So have a good day at Southeastern Ohio Solar Haven. Click that like button and subscribe. And shout out to all my other buddies, Chris DIYer, I think it's Southeast Ohio Solar Homestead. You all know who you are. Have a good day.